interwebs. My one goal is to develop custom websites that are specifically catered to your organization's needs. I completely understand that building a website is an exhilarating, exciting, and significant step in connecting with your audience. Your organization has the potential to make a meaningful impact, whether it's supporting animal rights, advocating for equality, combating human trafficking, or honoring the brave individuals who have served our country. Your mission is too important to be held back by the challenges a website can present. And I am here to ensure that your website works for you, not against you. Whether it's maintaining, developing, or redeveloping a custom website that is specifically catered to your needs. And with that being said, I would be more than delighted to learn more about your organization and, of course, develop a website the world is waiting for.
Every car that rolls into your shop is more than just repair. It's someone's lifeline. Now, what if every repair could also be a lifeline for someone in need? When you join Community Pay It Forward, a portion of each job can help a family, veteran, or nonprofit without costing your customer anything extra. With the Shop, Click, and Pick program, your shop keeps cars running. Let's keep communities running too. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together.
Born into a real fight wasn't right. Where can she dream here? Took a hold of her life, left at night, stepping out of her fear. Bring me home, out alone.
Hey everybody, great Wednesday evening. Nice to see that I unmuted myself. Again, recording earlier. Did a 15-minute video. 15-minute video. Went to go and replay it, and nothing but silence. I never sounded better. Truly, I never sounded better, but it was still really disheartening because that was a 15-minute video that went to waste. My name is Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the IMpACT channels, podcasting of all coming together. We are here tonight with our very special friend, great friend, great partner, Les Simpson. It's time to get our brain on, learning a lot. And we were just discussing a couple of the things that I was, that had stuck in my head watching the last couple exercises. And it is amazing some of the things that so simple, and when it gets explained to you, it really makes a lot of sense. And there's a lot of times when you sit there and you hear what JW is saying, and in your own mind you're going, yeah, no kidding, I remember that. And we're going to talk about a couple of those. There's something that was really going to surprise a lot of you, that Mr. One, I think he was a pretty smart guy, Albert Einstein. But he ended up making a decision after school that would really shock a lot of you. And I can't wait till we talk about that. Before we get going, I do want to bring up, and you just saw the spot for it, tomorrow is family networking. And I invite everyone to come on, everyone to join us. It's a very, very simple program. You can see the QR code up in the corner right now. Scan that code. Let me know you want to be there. To all of you who have already signed up, you got the link in your email. Okay. I will be sending it out again, however, tomorrow morning. It is at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 Pacific. And if you want to come on right now, they've been averaging about an hour. If we go over, we go over. Okay. If we don't have a lot of people and we go short, they're going to go a little bit shorter. We're going to go to where you get to tell your story. Our main focus is to make sure that we are there to connect people. We want to make sure that your story gets told. We want to make sure that people who are looking for a job can come on and give us their verbal resume. People who are looking to hire, maybe they can come on and they can find somebody to hire to do some work around their office or whatever. So, and the great thing about it is you get to meet some really neat people and find out why they do what they do. So join us tomorrow. We do record that, and it will be playing on Monday morning on Footprints Forward. So, along with our latest episode with Mr. White, we're going to be recording tomorrow. So we're going to have Mr. White in there, and we're going to be talking about men and what's going on in the wild world of men's health and men's minds, which is kind of a scary place sometimes, I must say. But we, once again, and this has become just something that is becoming a reoccurring problem. But again, we know that we've got a major, major problem going on. Everyone who knows me knows that I am a huge proponent of the law enforcement, of the military, of all of our heroes. I'm going to stay a proponent of the military, of our veterans, of our heroes. Okay? I've said this from the beginning. You can hate the war, but you got to love the kids that are out there. For everyone who's trashing these young men and women, I need you to put yourself in their situation. If this was your livelihood, they haven't. Some of them have went overboard. I'm not going to say that nobody has. Some of them have went overboard. Okay, but they've been put in a very, very difficult situation, and I'm just not sure if young minds are adjusted enough to do the difficult job that they're doing. They've been put into a very tough situation. Please remember that these, a lot of times, they're still just kids. They're not out there wanting to ruin people's lives. They signed up to serve this country. Now all of a sudden they're getting all kinds of different things thrown at them. Boys and girls, if they do something wrong, it could ruin their life in this country forever. A dishonorable discharge is very, very serious. If you don't know what comes with the dishonorable discharge, you should really look it up. It's more damning than a felony. Okay? So let's give these kids a little leeway. But here, how about this one? And I've got a way to kind of stop all the ridiculousness. Stop falling into their traps. Just stop falling into the traps. Open your eyes. Listen to Mr. Simpson later on here tonight. He's going to tell you how to use your brain. Facts are facts. Opinions are opinions. You know what they say about opinions? They're kind of like another part of your lower anatomy. Everyone's got one and they all stink. Use facts, use logic, use your brain. Question, but stop the violence and stop the hatred towards each other. We've all got to learn how to live with each other. We are in this together. And if we're not, powers that be that I don't think we really want to be in charge are going to be taking over easier than what you think. So let's come together right now. I beg of you. Put away the hate. Do things right. We can talk. We don't have to be on the same side. We can still have a conversation. I've told you many, many times before. 3 of the most important men in my life all were on the different side of the aisle than I was. And I'm able to talk to every single one of them, except for, of course, my Uncle Barry, who passed. But every day I could talk to him. He could tell me why he felt the way he felt. I could tell him the way I felt. We'd be able to say, I love you. And we'd hang up the phone and neither one of us were pissed off at the other one. Questioned each other's sanity? Yes. But you know what? We could be talking about chocolate ice cream and people question my sanity. So let's just be easy here. But please, folks, don't fall into traps. Just remember, if you're out there and if you're being violent, on either side, if you're out there being violent, you're falling into a trap. Because that violence is going to make it to where somebody's going to pass a bill that's going to piss everyone else off. Use this. It's better than brawn. It's just the way it is. So, to all the kids that are out there right now, please be safe. Get home to your parents. On February 22nd, when we do the show about the problems that you face, I don't want to have to be talking about you as a statistic. I know you're going through some deep, dark stuff. Just please keep your chin up and keep your head on. Keep your head on straight. And folks, give them a break. All right? They are just kids. So, I'm done stepping away from my pulpit, jumping back, and bringing in the man of the hour, Mr. Les Simpson. Les, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. A lot of different things are happening, and but one of the things that now, do you want to play the first one tonight?
Yeah, we'll go on ahead and we'll play that now, and then we'll come back and we'll get into a conversation about all the great things that we're learning with cracking the sales code. So we can go on ahead and play that now if you want.
Yep, and then I'll talk about it.
Sounds good. Here we go, and I'm going to take us off the screen.
Right.
Hi there, J.W. Wilson here, founder and executive director at the Learning Code Institute. And I want to welcome you to your very first Cracking the Sales Code module. And before we dive in, there are a few quick tips that we want to share with you that will help you get the most sales results possible out of this program. First of all, this course will likely look completely different from any course you have ever taken before. Most of our participants, like you, are shocked when they learn about the structure of our disruptive courses and how they work. Beginning today, you will only receive 1 to 2 of these Cracking the Sales Code episodes, which we call Learning Adventures. You only get 1 or 2 of these per week, and we will deliver them to you one at a time. Now, you may be wondering why we are delivering information to you in such a different manner than you're used to on the web. Well, here's the reason why. In order for your brain to retain any new information, it needs to go through all 4 stages of the cycle of transformation. And these are information, action, feedback, and incubation. For now, do not concern yourself with all those details, because we will explain exactly how this cycle works in much greater depth in your upcoming learning adventures. The important piece for you to realize is that traditional courses that are not based on neuroscience deliver so much information to your brain so quickly that they leave your brain physically unable to absorb the content delivered. What's it feel like? It feels like drinking water from a fire hose. And this is exactly why 90% of the people who sign up for traditional online courses never, ever complete them. Worst of all, this outdated teaching style, which we've been using since the time of Aristotle, causes most of us to only retain 3 to 5% of what we try to learn. So, by only providing you with a small amount of relevant information at a time in our shorter 3 to 10 minute long learning adventures, we allow your brain the time it biologically needs to commit your new learning to memory so you can use it, not only to elevate your sales process, but to improve your life and the lives of others. Better yet, perhaps the most disruptive feature of our new courses, these learning adventures, is that we include real-world actions for you to take, which we call access triggers. Access triggers are hands-on activities you will complete in the real world so your brain gets the feedback it needs to ensure that your new learning is locked into your brain structures to stay, so you can finally get the results in your personal and professional life that you have always been dreaming of. Thank you for choosing to unlock the neuroscience of sales with us. And without further ado, let's get on with your very first Cracking the Sales Code adventure right now. Hi, J.W. Wilson here, founder and executive director of the Learning Code Institute, where we are considered the world leader in understanding the neuroscientific basis of how we learn, change our behaviors, and motivate ourselves and others. We are delighted that you have chosen to join us for Cracking the Sales Code, how to use neuroscience to position your brand as #1 in its field. Whether you're in big ticket sales, you do door-to-door sales, operate from a call center, or whatever you sell, whether it be real estate, cars, financial services, stocks, pharmaceuticals, insurance, consumer goods, whatever. Whatever your niche is, the material you are about to receive will not only break your thinking machine about the fastest ways to achieve exceptional sales, it will give you a whole new paradigm as to how to amass a tribe of followers who want more of you and more of what you are selling. And we at the Learning Code Institute personally guarantee that each of you are going to enjoy and reap huge benefits from these groundbreaking adventures in sales. Some of you are familiar with us, but for those who aren't, allow me to provide you a little background on how Cracking the Sales Code came about. Over the last 30 years, our passion at the Learning Code Institute has been, as we mentioned earlier, to dive deeper into the latest neuroscience discoveries on how we actually learn and change our behaviors. Specifically, the powerful role your biology plays in activating the brain structures and even the genes that dramatically accelerate your customers' learning and buying process. If we would have realized the depth and complexity of this subject 3 decades ago, I honestly don't know if we would have embarked on this journey of discovery. But thank goodness we did. We're so glad we're here with you. This journey into how our brains and biology actually learn is an entire universe unto itself, drenched in complexity, more than we could have imagined. And yet, step by step, hour after hour, year after year, and thousands of scientific papers and books on neuroscience, genetics, quantum theory, epigenetics, biology, chaos theory, all that research later that we dove into, we arrived at a breakthrough in understanding the scientific basis of how to dramatically accelerate the speed and depth of learning, motivation, and behavior change. After publishing our best-selling book, Cracking the Learning Code, the science that is transforming how the world learns, motivates, and changes behaviors, numerous thought leaders and business executives and educators have called it the greatest learning discovery of the 21st century. Just as importantly, as the science behind the learning code is what we did next. We began to develop practical, easy to understand applications to use this powerful scientific-based learning technology for specific interest groups like teachers, homeschool parents, addiction counselors, finance managers, and yes, people like you, sales professionals, which leads us to today. You are about to enter the rare air of knowledge about the most disruptive and effective sales tool and strategy ever created. Now, before I go further, I want to acknowledge that if you're an advanced skilled salesperson right now, it is likely that you will recognize that you're already using a lot of these strategies today. Certainly, the last 75 years of trial and error by thousands and thousands of salespeople have produced practices that do indeed produce results. We're not saying that they don't work, but ask yourself, how much work and how many mistakes were made to discover these few gems that really work for you right now? Imagine having at your fingertips a deep understanding of how your customers are thinking at any given situation at any moment, and then provide them with exactly what they need based on the latest neuroscientific understanding of what is happening in their brain. It changes everything. I'd also like to mention that our team includes multiple contributors who have strong sales backgrounds. They are highly experienced and have been very successful in sales, sales management, and in numerous industries that range from Fortune 100 to small businesses. In their careers, they have designed courses, written articles, and trained others in ways that have been very helpful into creating what we believe to be the finest sales course in the world. There have been volumes of books and courses on sales, many of them providing really valuable insights into how to increase productivity and sales rates. We believe Cracking the Sales Code stands alone, delivering disruptive information that has never been available to salespeople before. It's about understanding how the brain works and responds to your messaging. And for the first time, replaces trial and error with scientific-based strategies to effectively accomplish these goals, making more sales and creating more exceptional customer satisfaction. So again, I want to welcome you to Cracking the Sales Code. And in your next learning adventure, we're going to provide a more in-depth overview of the structure of this course and the ways it has been designed to produce better results than any course you have ever taken. So we'll see you shortly for an overview of this exciting adventure in sales. As you will see in these learning modules, which we call learning adventures, there is not a lot of the traditional kinds of homework you experienced in other academic and online courses. As you're going to learn in future learning adventures, we use what we call the cycle of transformation, which is specifically designed to activate specific brain structures and neurochemical systems that create the kind of learning in you that sticks. More on the cycle of transformation and how you can use it to accomplish and accelerate the mental, physical, and monetary return to you in the future. These learning code courses, really adventures, are not like drinking out of the fire hose of memorization and tests. They are designed to have your brain naturally and effortlessly encode the learning you need to succeed in life. So today, the only thing we would like you to do is sit in an easy chair or take a walk. Take a few minutes and ask yourself this question. Is what I have been doing in my sales efforts giving me the results that I demand? And then take a few minutes to reflect on it. But here's the important part. Don't BS yourself so you look good. Just ask yourself that question. This is really all you got to do today. Ask yourself this question, reflect on it, and we will revisit it in future learning adventures and discuss it more. I'm so looking forward to seeing you in the next learning adventure where we will peel the onion even more so you can apply the latest learning and marketing science to your brands and sales efforts right now.
Do you want your business to mean more than just sales? Join the Community Pay It Forward family absolutely free. And when you join the Community Pay It Forward family with just a basic listing, you can turn your sales into hope, support, and community caring. You give your customers a chance to support a mission they care about just by doing business with you. It is simple, it is powerful, and it starts with you. Click on the link, add your business, and let's build something beautiful together. Because with your business and Community Pay It Forward, no one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Oh, sorry about that, Les. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. So that was the first one, and that's the first. That's the first one that you get. You get it for absolutely free. You get a 7-day trial where you get to listen to the second one. Those.
Zach, let me mention something before we go on.
Yeah.
The next thing we're going to be talking about here is what this course has done for Zach and what it's done for me. But I want to interrupt that with something. I went to a business conference last weekend, and the keynote speaker, I think he knows a little bit about business. And the reason I state that is he owns $6 billion worth of real estate. He's been in business for 40 years. He has 3 books on business on the New York Times bestseller list. He and what he said, what kind of sums it all up. He said, business is the hardest thing you will ever get into. In fact, he said that 95% of businesses fail within 5 years. He says everybody out there is trying to sell everybody. But what they need to do is get to know their client at a deep level where trust is established. That's the difference between a business that makes it and doesn't. And so what we're going to do next is Zach's going to talk about what he's got through the course, which helps understand yourself and others. And then I'm going to add because I'm on episode 12, and I'm not sure what Zach is, but I'm going to give you a little experience. And then we're going to talk about another level, because there's 2 levels of marketing and sales. And we're the recognized world expert in the neuroscience, study of neuroscience and application for marketing and sales. And there's 2 parts. The first one is the marketing, whether you're doing it or you're paying somebody to do it for you. And I'm going to stop there before we go into the sales part. Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, Les, look, the truth is that there's nothing. It's really funny that when you think about this system, you go into a lot of these sales meetings and stuff like that. There's all this talk about groundbreaking and award winning and all this other stuff. They flash these busy words at you with JW's program. With this program, those words aren't there. What they want you to remember, what they want you to think about are you getting what you want from sales? Like you just heard in that video. The first thing that they ask you, and that's the only homework you're going to have. Okay? They talk a lot about the problems with the way that we were taught to learn. And one of the things that I learned yesterday when I had my last lesson open up was, and it really is, it took me back to high school, because it was talking about if there's a prize or a punishment attached to learning, you're not going to get that much out of it, because you're going to feel pressure. There's a lot of pressure behind it, whether it's a prize or a punishment. Okay? Look, if you're going to win an ice cream cone, if you get an A, you're going to go out there and you're going to exhaust yourself to get that A, and an exhausted brain is a brain that's not working properly. Or, well, I'm going to kick you in the butt if you get a D. Well, now you're going to sit there and you're going to be pissed off because I'm going to be telling me what I'm going to do to you. That's kind of student I was, Les, by the way. So, and the story that I was telling you guys in the introduction, this is very interesting to me. Did you know that because of the education system, Albert Einstein, when he was done in high school, took a year off of science because he was so frustrated with the educational system, with the way that they were trying to teach him? The smartest, possibly smartest man we've ever known. Definitely one of the smartest men we've ever, well, I'm almost old enough to know him. I didn't know him, but almost old enough. But, he was frustrated because of the way we were taught to learn. And those are really what strike me when you think about that. And I told Les, in all honesty, I need to go back and I need to look at these adventures more as a salesperson, because I take these and I think of the way that my brain, since the accident, the way that my brain reacts to learning. It always doesn't work right. And I think that these access triggers are perfect because all they do is, it's a one question thing that you take and you look around and you count how many ads are you seeing in a day. By the way, don't it's going to tell you to try to count, stop after an hour or you're going to lose your freaking mind. So but you know but it's an amazing, Les, it's an amazing program. And this was one, when you approached me about doing something with sales, all I was thinking of is, oh my God, I'm going to have to go and sit in front of these people who are going to tell me there's four different types of people. And you're either an A type, a B type, a C type, a D type. and C can't talk to D because D's a blah blah. And I've never bought into that. And that's one of the reasons why I really appreciate this, because I think that you can learn how to talk to anybody. You just have to show interest in them.
You also want to mention, as far as authoritarianism.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. I really think it's interesting right now, and we were talking just a little bit ago. There's a lot of talk about authoritism out there right now. And there are, in a couple of these modules, they're going to talk about why your brain is shutting down that talk a lot. So it's really interesting, because when you hear somebody who has complete authority over you, you're not going to listen to what they say all the time. And if you're going to listen to what they say, you're going to listen to what they say in self preservation, and then it's going to disappear. Okay, kind of like JW's always said when it happened in school. You learn for an exam, you don't learn for you. You learn for an exam. That's why you can't remember what you learned from that exam. So, but yeah, that the information they had on the authoritism is just shock. It did. It just really caught me off guard. I was like going, God, that makes perfect sense right now. So, but what are you want? What were you going to talk about, Les? What was
Sure.
the
Well,
let?
first off, I can see Zach's idea of going back and starting off as sales, and that's fine. I'm sure there's something he missed, other wanting to have that desire to do that. But one of the things I really want to point out is this is behavior change.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is our brain was designed for two things. One, to become very good at something so we could support ourselves. And once we're on the right track, and that you'll get this in the course, our brain is looking all the time for something to make us better at what we already are. It wants to add experience. It wants to add understanding. It wants to add experience so we can get better at something. The second thing, and this is where I'm surprised in me, we are really designed to get along with our neighbor, to get along with our community. And this is the big change in me. I was the national trainer for GE Capital Long-Term Care for 7 years. I've trained hundreds of salespeople. I've taught them how to do the objection handling and closing. And so the first example, and if you were on last month, you heard this one, but I'm going to say it again. The first real change in myself I saw was after the third week. And we have chimes outside. And at night, the wind blows and they make chimes. And I have to get up and get them down before they wake up my wife and the dog. And after 3 times, I asked my wife, can we get rid of these? And I told her why. And she said, oh no, I got these as a Christmas present from such and such. Once I understood the importance of this to her, and this was really what's meaningful to her, then I thought, okay, I can get up and get them down. No big deal. Many times this has happened. In fact, in the last 2 months, or about 2 months. Every time my wife and I have a disagreement, I have to think and see if what she's talking about is really that important for me to ignore, or if it's something I can bend on. And especially when we have a heated discussion, when I come back and understand she really didn't try to do something, it just happened or whatever, I've been doing a lot of apologizing for my actions, because what it shows me is who I found who I don't want to be. And this has helped me. Again, you're supposed to be able to get along with people. And so it's opened my mind up to other people's ideas, thoughts, and what's important to them. And my wife commented last week, "You really are apologizing to me a lot more." And it's really softened her because, again, I found out that I don't want to be the authoritarian because we weren't designed to be that way. In fact, I'm going to give you the 3 things that we're taught in school. And if you want to confirm this, go to Amazon and download Cracking the Learning Code by J.W. And he will tell you the 3 things that school really messes us up on, and also business education. 1, it takes away our individuality. And it says, okay, I'm the authoritarian, you're going to do what I say.
Mm-hmm.
And it, as Zach was talking about, it provides punishment, reward and punishment. And so we are in stress all the time. And third is it makes us better than the other person. Because if you get an A on the test, you're told you're better than the person who got the F or the D. And those are the 3 things the brain was not designed for. And so when you take this course, you're going to have to ask yourself, do I really want the way the world taught me? Or do I want the way I was created? That is going to be a big change. And if you follow it, you're going to find you're connecting with people a lot more. And of course, the more people you connect with, the more you find out about them. And if you have a product or a service that fits there, now they're going to want to know about it because you actually care about them. As they say in sales, I've taught it for years, but I've used the words, but now it means much more. They really do want to know how much you care before they know how much you know. And it blows my mind. Now, the next part of this is there's 2 parts to marketing and sales I mentioned. The first one is getting in front of the person. The second part is showing that person once you get there that you're creative, you're a problem solver, and they could really trust you to take them forward. And so now Learning Code Institute has endorsed a virtual conference center that replaces Zoom that accomplishes this. And so now, Zach, I can either give you the URL or I have it up and we can share the screen. What works?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and share the screen, I will get out of my share so you can share the screen.
Okay. Share the screen.
So, and as Les, as you're doing that, I think one of the things that really attached to me when you were saying that is, look, I think a lot of times when you're in an argument with somebody, you are, first off, we all know you should never, ever, ever take and reply when you're angry. You just shouldn't do it, and that's something that, as when we're younger, we don't care. As you get a little bit older, you realize how detrimental that can be. Um, Obviously, you shouldn't try to apologize on text because that's terrible, or any of that. But the thing is that there are so many times when I've been in arguments in my life. You've got two people who are saying the exact same thing, they're just saying it in a different way.
That's
And it
true.
just doesn't make any sense because we are so emotionally trained to think of things one way, our
Yep.
way. That's it.
Yep.
We think of it our way, and we are not open to what anybody else is thinking. And so that's what's leading to a lot of problems because in all actuality, we're saying the same thing,
Yep.
but we can't see it because we can't look past we can't see past our own nose.
Yep.
So,
Anyway, let's watch this and then I'll answer some questions.
okay, did you share it with me?
Uh, yes.
Because I don't see it yet. So, um,
There we
there
go.
we go. Here we go. All
And
right.
by the way, to start with, I want to show you how expensive this is for you to completely change your connections with people and start showing them how creative you are. See how expensive this is? It shows, right? $27 a month. Okay, let's watch this.
Want your virtual meetings to feel more you? It's time to upgrade to Be Connected's K2K Virtual Room Custom Branding Options. Live sidebar switch. Seamlessly switch between call to action buttons during your meetings. Up to 15 customizable call to action buttons. Drive action exactly where you want it. Custom background images. Make your brand the backdrop. Personalized colors. Match your brand with custom button and text colors. Stand out with more than just visuals. Unlimited platform recording storage, all your sessions stored securely. Unlimited time, host longer sessions without the countdown stress, transcript storage and closed captions, 109 subtitle language options. Go global with multilingual support. Upgrade your virtual presence. Upgrade to the K2K bundle. Want your virtual meetings to feel more you? It's time to upgrade to Be Connected's K2K Virtual Room Custom Branding Options. Live sidebar switch. Seamlessly switch between call to action buttons during your meetings. Up to 15 customizable call to action buttons. Drive action exactly where you want it. Custom background images. Make your brand the backdrop. Personalized colors. Match your brand with custom button and text colors. Stand out with more than just visuals. Unlimited platform recording storage, all your sessions stored securely. Unlimited time, host longer sessions without the countdown stress, transcript storage and closed captions, 109 subtitle language options. Go global with multilingual support. Upgrade your virtual presence. Upgrade to the K2K bundle.
All right. Yeah, there is when you look at what that offers, it offers so much more than something like Zoom. Um and that's what I was just looking up. It's You've got to look more past the price because what this is offering. First thing, the subtitle languages, that right there is well worth it because we're in a digital world right now. We're in a digital business world. And if you're trying to do business in just one language, you're going to flop. So, as much as we like to think that everybody speaks English, Hell, most of us here in America don't speak English the right way. So, I mean, that's not the way to do it. So, having that accessibility to where you can speak to anybody and everyone at, uh, you know, to where they can hear you, I think that's amazing.
Now, one thing let me mention, we're in the process. We've endorsed it. I have to get the business entity, which will be about a week. And so if you're interested in this, email me and we'll set up a deal where I'll show you more. But to let you know, for $100, this includes your calendar, your virtual, your CRM, and you can have a group and and a course, all for $100 or $102 a month. And but you get to choose how much you want. If it's just the virtual networking, now I will say with a CRM, then they've already proven if you follow up 7 times, you're going to increase your sales like 200%. And this all is included in there. But again, if you're interested in this, send me an email, and I'll let you know in a week when it's there, and I will set you up on it. But is there any questions on any of this tonight?
No, haven't had any questions come through yet. I do want to thank everybody who has stuck around and watched. I know that we've had quite a few people popping on. Please make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and contact Les. You can get a hold of him at Les, that's LES, at csccourse.com. That's, once again, that's Les, LES, at csccourse.com. So you can definitely get a hold of him there. You can also go to communitypayitforward.us and you can find Les's his profile right there on our platform. Just go to the search bar and type in Les Simpson or cracking the sales code, and he'll pop up. You can always watch that first video that we watched because it's right there in his profile. So, well, Les, you got anything else for tonight, my friend?
No, that'll do it. And I just want everybody to know if they join my alignable group, I have posts once a week, and we're going to be having Smart Connects. In 3 weeks, I have 100 people that have joined the group. And so it is really something that people want to understand, and that is how the brain works. And you'll get your questions answered in text and so forth. But I welcome everybody to join the group and learn more about yourself. And that's what the course does.
Yeah, it looks like there's been a lot more conversation and a lot more attribution to, or I'm sorry, contributions to the page since I was last on there. And yeah, I saw, and I don't know if you saw when you were sharing the story that I put that up there because that was your last post on there. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, go and check that out. That's Go to the Alignable, go to groups, and you can search it at Neuroscience of Marketing and Sales. So look, everything you do has to do with that big old sponge inside of our skull. So make sure that you're doing it the proper way, because our brains were given to us to use properly. I think some people still struggle with this. Let's be honest, but we need to get people to straighten out, and this is a great way to do it. I just want to say this again. I watch these videos because it helps me work my brain back into shape after my brain injury. So while there is a sales aspect to this, there is a lot to this about relearning, about how to pay attention to things that matter. in sales. So give it a shot. Because once you have this information, it's not going to go away, because it's not tons of information at once. You're going to trickle the information in so you can remember it. And this is stuff that you're going to want to remember, which is also something that's very important to the learning curve. So, all right, Les. Well, I appreciate it, my friend, and we will see you again in, July. Already July.
Yep. I can't believe it. It was just Christmas.
Yeah. Well, I think I'd rather have it July than Christmas, that's for sure. But thank you again, my friend, and we will talk to you next month.
Sounds great. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. All right. That was Les Simpson. Look, it is a great program. And it's, it is $20 a month, but it's $20 a month when these other sales programs charge you like 2,000, and you don't remember anything from those, except for, oh my God, this is like every other sales program I've ever listened to. Every time I walk into a sales class, that's the exact thing. The books that I've read, oh my God, there's no difference. This is exactly what the other one said. They've just given different names to different people. So I do want to remind you that tomorrow we do have family networking at 6 p.m. East, 4 Mountain, 3 Pacific, and of course that means 5 Central. It is absolutely free to join us. We're not charging you to join us. We are doing things a little bit different. We just want to make sure that we can find help for everyone out there. We record the episodes and we play them on Monday as a podcast, so other people around the country can see what you bring to the table. Eventually, I'd like to get it to where we're broadcasting them live. We'll see how that goes. We're working on it. There's a lot of logs in the fire right now. Scan the QR code. Tell us that you're interested in showing up, and I'll send you the link. You can come and join us tomorrow. There is no cost. There's no obligation. Just get in there and learn some stuff about you and others. So, like we always tell people, you know what? It's a great place to come and get your story told without being sold. None of us like going to meetings where everyone's just trying to push stuff on us. None of us like it. And let me tell you something, that's bad for sales. I think I've learned that in the program, but I know that for a fact because I don't like it when people do that. I want to reiterate, we're in a tough time right now. There are a lot of things happening to people out there that shouldn't be happening to people out there. No matter which side you're looking at, people should be treated like humans, and people should not be throwing rocks and spit and urine on cops. There's always going to be conflict. Conflict's not going to go away. There's always going to be people who are treated worse than other people, and that's just an unfortunate fact. We can work to lessen the vitriol, though. I beg of you, please remember that all the cops that are getting cussed out, all of the unfortunate soldiers that have been sent in right now, please remember that they are kids. Please remember that they were not, I'll guarantee you, not a single one of them said, I'm going to join the National Guard to go and hold a gun on my fellow Americans. Not a single one of them. So just remember that. I hear people yelling at them, calling them traitors and doing all this. They're doing their job. Right now, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them that think that their job sucks. There's also a lot of them that are out there thinking that what they're doing is a necessity. I'm going to tell you the one fact in it. We could all lower the temperature if we wouldn't fall into traps. If we wouldn't, this is from last week's show, if we wouldn't get triggered by everything that's out there. And believe me when I say this, there is a lot out there right now to get triggered on. I sit here at this desk every morning biting through my jaw because of the news. And yes, I'm too stupid to turn the news off. But we have got to start thinking about other people. I don't agree with this person, but does that make them a bad person? Well, my brother or sister believes something completely different than I do. I ain't talking to him ever again. That's garbage. There's never been a time in the history of humanity where everyone's gotten along. Never. I really hate to disappoint you, but I don't foresee there ever being a time when everyone gets along. You don't have to agree with me to get along with me. A lot of times it's a hell of a lot more fun if we disagree. I mean, let's look at it this way, okay? I love Megadeth, I love Trivium. That's the kind of music I listen to, all right? That's what I believe. And if you believe anything other than yes, you're wrong. But that's okay. You can be wrong. But you are wrong. Because that is the best music out there. But it's okay. People don't have to be just like you, but we need to take care of each other. It's going to be a real shitty place real soon if we don't start getting along with each other. If we can't get back to having conversations with people, it's going to get bad quick. So do me a favor. Take a look in your closet. If you've got that old hoodie, you're not wearing it anymore. Throw it in your vehicle. Give it to somebody who's out there struggling with the elements. Doesn't mean a damn thing to you. Could mean everything to them. If you make a little bit too much dinner tonight, throw it in the old hillbilly Tupperware. Zap it in the microwave. Go give it to somebody who's maybe shut in your community. Somebody who's out on the street. Again, it's probably going to sit in your fridge and rot anyway. So go give it to somebody who needs it. Doesn't mean a damn thing to you. It means everything to them. Giving is not only money. Giving is caring. You don't always have to think with your wallet. Think with your head. and there's no choice. Things will turn around in a positive way. Please remember to love somebody out there because somebody out here loves you. Please join us tomorrow by scanning this code right now at Family Networking. If you're looking for a job, come on, give us your resume. Give us your just a quick rundown of your verbal resume. If you're looking to hire someone, come on, tell us what you're looking for. If you are a small business owner, you do arts or crafts, come on, tell people what you do, share the love. Come on, tell people what you do. There's only 2 questions that you have to ask. What can I do to help someone out today? And how can I be helped today? What can people do to help me? So join us tomorrow by scanning that QR code. You can always go to communitypayitforward.us and find it on there under Family Networking. Folks, my name is Zach Clayton. I am the president and founder of Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PACT channels, podcasting of all coming together. Thank you for joining us tonight. Please make sure that you like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff to all of our social media networks. If you need anything from me, please use this QR code, which is my wonderful business card. It takes you to my electronic business card. You'll have my email, you'll have my phone, you'll have whatever you need. Take care of yourself, please. Take care of someone else. Give a smile, give a laugh, give a hug. That person that you usually cuss at, maybe give them praise. We've got to start changing things. We can't depend on other people to do it. So let's start doing it. It's not a difficult thing to do. But remember, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Thank you very much. We will see you on Monday morning with Footprints Forward. Thank you. Have a great night. Does this sound like your life? Scattered, jumping between tasks but never finishing. Saying yes when you want to say no. Avoiding hard conversations and holding it all in. It's time to stop overcomplicating life and turning it into your advantage. Experience Tea Now, a monthly membership designed to help parents, professionals, and dreamers like you conquer self-sabotage and thrive. Save your spot today. Get early access, a special gift, and start transforming your life. Because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Yeah, I kind of forgot to tell you something. Coming up in 51 minutes, I am replaying the Footprints Forward from this last week where we talk about ketamine treatment. All the myths, all the truths that I was able to find about ketamine treatment. So if it's something that's ever interested you, please come back in about 50 minutes. Turn it on. It's going to be right here on the PACT channels. So sorry I'm bugging you again, but I did want to share that. It's just another treatment that might work for you, might not, but we need to make sure that we're allowing people that it'll help the chance to use it. So I'm done now. I promise, maybe. Bye.
Say, bring me home, out alone, show me the way. You wanna hold the heart of Sunset Boulevard. bring me here, 'cause it's not quite clear to be a part of Sunset Boulevard.